Ah, my microphone was muted. Okay, my microphone was muted. Amazing. Okay, cool. Just had to hear what it sounded like, maybe. All right, cool. Thanks for saying something, Cody. I appreciate it. So, okay, cool. Yay, everyone can hear. Hooray, thank you. I'm Liz. It's nice to meet you. So we're gonna build a rover today. It's nice to meet you. I'm Liz, and if you're not used to my channel, we build cool stuff with AI and computer science and robots and things like that. So that's what we're doing today. We've got a couple of different like roboticists and engineers on the call. Actually, I've got Joaquin who built a rover. And it's cool. It's actually pretty cheap to put together, and so it's open source. And what we're doing is trying to connect to it and send messages, basically. So I'm going to go ahead and invite some folks to join and make sure that we're good to go on that. Let me just check in with people. All right. Okay, cool. All right. All right. So yeah, just have guests. All right. Let's see. All right. The multi-guest system is like totally not working very well, so we're using Gather to kind of be connected to each other. And Joaquin, do you want to join on the multi-guest system, or do you want to just stay in Gather? You can definitely chat. Let me make sure that my sound is good. And can y'all hear me well enough? How are we doing on the sound? Is it like quiet? Decent? All right. Cool. So good to see everyone. All right, let's do a little bit of engineering, right? So, Joaquin, I see your camera there, and I'm pretty sure if I do VLC, I can also pull up on here. I can pull up the open network stream, and if I go and I get here, let me adjust the live studio so I can pull up this website real quick and not have everyone see every single secret magic key that we have. So I'm going to use this URL, and I'll use VLC, and like VLC can do anything, so it will connect. Thanks, VLC. Let me move the stuff back around. Oh no, gotta close that file before I do that. Okay. So we're back over here, and we're trying to get VLC up. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Okay, we've added it. Let me add that so y'all can see. We are also on YouTube, so if you're having a hard time like seeing, you might jump into YouTube because it's just better. You can find me at Liz the Developer on YouTube, and so that's where. Sorry, I'm just trying to add like VLC so y'all can see what the rover is seeing. Okay, no, you don't wanna do it? Okay, yeah, great. Okay, we got the rover. So here's the rover. I'll go ahead and put the rover down here so y'all can kind of see what's up. So here's what the rover is seeing, and then here's Joaquin. And if you're wanting to follow along in the IDE, you can actually get to this. It's at rover AI. It's at this URL, so it's engineering education / rover AI. Right. I'm gonna drop this in the chat if you want to follow along. So here's where the open source code is, and there's a couple folks. So what do we have right now? Let me see if the rover can actually just start up. Let's do Python, or let's do source.env, and then let's do Python rover agent.py. Let's see, where were we last time? It works, still runs, looks like it's capturing frames. If we look here, we can validate that the rover is actually capturing frames. Cool, okay. All right, so then something broke. Unsupported operand type S for float and string. So, okay, so we need to find where that line is. We'll do some debugging and then we'll get it up and running. So part of what I like to do whenever I'm, coding live in front of people is just show debugging process. So we read this and it says, okay, unsupported operand type S for float and string. And that tells me that something, this thing, most recent timestamp is a float, right? So I'm just gonna do str, and that will turn this into a string, and there won't be a problem anymore. Cool. Okay, let's see if it goes. All right, so it looks like it's capturing frames. Frames are capturing. Cool. Things are happening. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got an observation. I scoot along, peering around as I navigate. The floor beneath me is smooth. So it's talking about it. There's a white device with the label JAMO on it, and its sleek design suggests it could be a speaker or something electronic. And then it talks about the device it sees. So then one thing that we did last time is we had it start making a list of observations. So okay, unsupported operand type S for float and string again. We're doing this thing twice. Probably should write a function for it. I'm not gonna right this second. I'm just gonna fix it twice. str. But also, I'm gonna see if I can find that thing. It looks like there's 7. So, hey everyone. We're just doing a little bit of debugging, a little bit of typecasting and stuff like that we gotta do. And then we're getting the rover up and running. str. Alright, cool. And then what's the next thing? Yeah, there we go, str. And there we go. Okay, that should fix it. Alright, so now let's run it and see what we got. Good to see everyone. We are building a rover, just in case you just joined. I see like we went from 13 to 28, so we're building the rover. And I hope y'all can see the rover. Let me check, see what y'all are seeing. Alright, cool. So the rover is, let's see, is it moving? Do we have it moving? Yeah, it's moving! Hey! So the rover's autonomously deciding what to do. This rover can see because we've hooked it up to GPT-4o Mini with vision. So we're just streaming this video 1 frame at a time to ChatGPT, basically. And then so it's deciding what to do. Now it's starting to get itself locked in a corner, and we did ask it not to get itself locked in a corner. Okay, cool. It's still doing stuff. So we're sort of watching it. This is the rover being completely autonomous, and it's moving it around. Oh, an updated prompt. So Matthew's a researcher here at the Multiverse School, always doing cool stuff. Has a prompt for making the rover have a nature documentary. I would love to see that.
I'll do a pull request now
Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so we've got this one. It talks about, okay, like, a floor. Let's see. It does seem like it, okay. I think it noticed that it was like stuck against a wall, So one thing that's like, it does seem to not quite always know that it's, might be stuck against a wall. So I'm going to say, please interpret what the vision model saw. So one thing I think that we need to do is we need to change it so that it can see. Let's see. I do read chess. What do we got? Let's see. Dozens. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't use code editors that are, because I don't know where the code is going, really. I like Copilot, but otherwise. All right, so a friendly, playful rover. Please think out loud. Help the next agent generate the next move. Make a short list of all the objects you see. Don't list walls, doors, or other parts of the building. That only objects that would be inventoried in a super cool factory or makerspace. In your response, do note if we're facing a wall or an obstacle, and STACLE, and direct the next agent to turn left or right based on the image. Don't list the wall in the list of objects, only give directions. Let's see what this is. Oh, my Steam is up. Okay, I don't know. Exit. Alright. Yeah, exit thing. Directions to the next agent. Only give directions to the next agent so that it can properly turn if need be. Okay, so one thing is we kind of told it not to like list walls. And so it doesn't say, hey, there's an obstacle in front of us, right? So we want it to like list the objects it sees, but we also want it to tell us, should we move, right? So yeah, so it's like I'm facing a wall, so let's turn left. All right, that looks like it'll, you know, oh, and there's a cat. All right, so it's trying to turn left. Oh, no, wrong way. Okay, cool. Oh, now it's gonna turn right. Oh no. Okay, we might need some help walking. Or maybe we can get it out from under the thing by giving it a directive. Let's see if we can real quick. I'm gonna cut the rover and then say, okay, let's, you know, if stuck, you seem to be in a corner, reverse course, or suggest reversing course. Cool. All right, so now let's see if we can get the rover to get itself out of the mess that it's in. We did change a few things in the rover during one of my advanced agent engineering classes. Essentially, all right, it's getting itself out. Hey, y'all, we're building a rover. We're building a rover AI. So we just got it to get itself out of corners and things. We just kind of gave it that directive, and now it's able to do that. So I'm really excited about this. This is great. Yeah, it did it. Excellent. So now it's so cool. I love it. I love robots, y'all. I'm a nerd. So okay, so now we've got the robot, and it's like able to kind of move forward. All right, the cat. I love it when there's a cat, because then there's a cat. But also, the robot likes to interact with the cat. So it's like, let's go check out the cat. Oh no, weird. It's like turning away. I don't know. It's not yet mapping. So there is a system that I have been looking at called OpenBSlam 2. And essentially it like looks at the camera and it finds all these like edges, and it kind of makes a map of the area, right? It keeps like turning. I wonder what it's doing. Let's look. Oh, there's Joaquin picking up the rover. Okay, no, there's Joaquin. Oh yeah, has an image or a camera that's turned towards you. So let's look at what the rover's thinking. All right, so we've got like some logging statements in here, right? So let's see. Couch with cushion, since I'm facing a wall, it would be best to turn left. Let's give it a go. Right, okay, and so did it, yeah, it's like turn around. Cool. Okay, so looks like I'm facing a little bit of an obstacle. Okay, so now it's a little bit too sensitive to obstacles. It keeps like turning around. It's noticing the things that are around. It's making a list. It's a fun view. It keeps looking around. You know, I don't know. It doesn't know how big it is. So maybe up here, we can say like, you know, you are small, so you can probably fit. You are small, so you can probably. You know what? I'm gonna make this a multi-line string because it's too much. It's too much to maintain, right? Oops. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. Can we go to the end here? Whoops, end. I don't usually work on a Windows PC, so I'm always like dealing with the Windows Mac switch here. Okay, your visual point of view is third person, but please think out loud. What do you see? Your response should help you generate the next agent. You know, and I'm not trying to indent these too much, so please, it's like, not helping. All right, make a short list. Don't list walls, doors, or other parts of the building. Only objects that would be inventoried. And then we have some examples. In your response, do note if you're facing a wall or an obstacle, and direct the next agent to turn left or right based on the image. Don't list the wall in the list of objects. Only give directions to the next agent. If you seem to be stuck in a corner, suggest reversing course. You are small, so you can probably fit in small spaces. So, you know, I'm trying to think I can move this. So don't worry if an obstacle is far away. Only if you're right up against it, or if you're only a few inches from it. Try not to knock things over, but feel free to get close. Okay, so we're just kind of backing off on the like, don't just keep turning around over and over again, right? Ooh, get closer as the object is interesting. Oh, I like that one, yeah. Especially if the object is interesting. All right. I'm gonna kill it and do it again. Okay, yeah, this is cool. Okay, so now we got, let me see what y'all are seeing. Let's see, we got the rover here. Make sure we're still connected to the rover, right? I'm gonna let the rover seek out its own cat treats. Okay, so forward. I think we might have lost. Oh no, never mind. It's still moving. Okay, great. So it's moving forward. I wonder if it'll turn. Yeah, it's always so interesting to watch it move, right? It's like just exploring on its own. So we're kind of doing some like prompt engineering here, right? There's no way to just sit down and just like the prompt, you know, like the framework is really that we look for the problems, right? So now we've told it it's okay to get close, but it's turning. Okay, cool, it's turning. So let's see if it turns again. Yeah, the rover kind of has it's supposed to explore the house. You know, okay, so I'm noticing one thing, which is it kind of turns and then it turns the same way, and then it turns and then it turns the same way. It doesn't have a specific task directive, but you know, that might help. So that's one of the things that we can improve things with, is to give it what's known as a goal, right? One thing I'm going to do is give it a little bit of a memory. So last self.last few moves equals this. And so every time we issue a move, and then here we go, decide, and then I print out decision, right? And so it says right. Okay, so act, you know, okay, great. So we have decision, and then we have orientation left, decision left. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say, let's see, last or self dot last few moves dot append decision, and then we want to say if the length is 5, let's get rid of the most recent one. Okay, cool. And now we kind of have a memory here, but we haven't done anything with it, and so now I'm gonna say, okay, in the orient section, right? This, or maybe in the decision, we can say, you know, your last few moves were, colon, self.last few moves, and then I can make this an F string so that we can do that. And then I can say dot join on the comma. Cool. So let me try this. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we run it again. So it's pulling up the frame. Unsupported AMF type 17. Okay. 2 messages. Cool. We got cables. It's making a list of all these different observations. These orientations, these are lists of like different, you know, things that it did. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see if it's moving. I haven't been looking at it. Okay, now it's stuck in a wall. Okay, it's turning. Great. Oh, look. It's R2D2, our friend. I wonder how it will... What's its plan? All right, it's leaving. It's got to get away from R2. It talked about a big robot, and it was like, a big robot? Oh no. I wonder, what did it think about the big robot? I missed it. Okay, wait. So, let's see. A big robot. I'm facing a wall directly ahead, and a big robot just inches away. I can't go forward, so let's turn left. Okay, cool. And now, let's see. Okay, it's telling me how many messages. Cool. All right. And then it picks the thing, and then it says, okay, you know, okay. So is it able to get out? I want it to be able to get out. All right, it sees R2. How are we doing? All right, left. Are we just gonna keep turning away? All right, so it's having a hard time. Okay, yeah, now it's left. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing, you know, this thing, it says like, should we turn left or right? And so we should say in here, and I'll kind of make this into another multi-line string. And then, I'm always doing that too. And multi-line string. Okay. And then I'll do observation. I'll get rid of this little string concatenation over here. Cool. Okay. Give a description of the plan for what to do next. Try to avoid getting stuck in corners. And if you can't seem to row forward, turn. Here's what the vision model saw and thought. And that's orientation. I'm gonna actually take this out of here and I'm gonna put it in here. Oops, always. All right, and okay, cool. Yeah, all right, so we'll put the last few moves were here. I'm gonna make this an F string so I can put the variable in there. And so, you know, try to avoid going in circles if your last few moves seem not to have you move forward at all. Try to avoid going in circles. Your goal is to explore the house, so make sure you're moving forward and not just turning around in circles. Okay, great. All right, cool. So now we've got a little bit more detail. We have said your goal is to explore the house right here. We can make this configurable, but I just want to test to make sure that it's going to work at all. And we can get the rover like going somewhere other than this hallway, right? Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of the process for figuring out how do we get, oh no, is it not dot join like that? Is it, you know, yeah, it's quote, comma, quote, dot join, and then we pass in the list in Python. I think that's the way that we do things. Cool. And then I realized I set it to 5, so maybe I actually wanted to set it to like 10 or something. Yeah, here we go. Let's view moves. Set this to 10. Well, let's just see if like just being able to see the last 5 moves, it can do stuff. G go. All right, yeah, do it. Go. Okay. Action F. All right, it moved forward. If an obstacle is far away, yeah, that seems like a good plan. Let's see how it does. A lot of times ChatGPT understands when it's gone in a circle. If you tell it like, if I turn left, followed by left, followed by left, followed by left, what will happen? It does sort of understand some of those ideas. Yeah, maybe if we set this to be like, where to go? Here it is. Maybe like 20. The last 20 moves would give us, yeah, the last 20 moves would give us like knowledge of it going around in a circle, right? Because we can see if it's like making a big circle, if it goes left, forward, forward, left, forward, forward, left, forward, forward, left, forward, forward. We still got in a circle. We just had forwards in there as well. So it does turn really well. I'm always like almost shocked by how well it, like what the turning radius is on this thing. Okay. One thing though I notice is it doesn't always move forward when it gets an F in the chat. F in the chat. So, you know, but it's doing stuff. It sees R2D2. It might go check it out. You know. And so it might turn left. Let's see what happens. All right, it did it. Bounced off the side. It seems like it's moving. So if you've just joined, what we're doing is we're building an AI robot. We put an AI in this robot here, not the R2D2, our googly-eyed friend here. It has kind of a personality. It's making its own decisions as to where it's headed and what it's doing. It has a brief memory. It remembers like 25 or so messages and stuff like that. So it's an interesting thing that it is as a thing. Interesting. It like scooched over. Maybe that was Joaquin. So yeah, it's actually exploring Joaquin's place now. It was just kind of going in circles, right? We had to figure out, okay, that was the prompting, right? Maybe it's not a very smart robot, but like it was really just listening to our prompt, and we were telling it, if you see a wall, turn right or left, and if you don't, and then we kind of didn't really give it any directive to like go around and look around and like find new objects that it's found. So it's interesting, how much of it is really just directions that we're giving, right? So yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I'm just checking to see a little bit of like, do we have chat? Do we have multi-stream chat? Yeah. Oh, we got 4 viewers on this. Oops. So I'll keep expand that. I don't know. Yeah, full screen. So if you're on Twitch or YouTube, I can't see the chat because of streaming is hard, basically. So I'm only on the chat in the YouTube or TikTok right now. So, but anyway, so we've been building this rover, and it is totally autonomously exploring Joaquin's house. So, okay, and it's making a list of everything that it finds. So far, it's found quite a few items, found items. We got scratching posts. We got a green chair. We got quite a few things. What do we got here? We've got various bottles, a container, a toy droid, a shelf, red robotic arm, teal storage box, pet food bags. This is what we know is in Joaquin's house. An R2-D2-like robot. We don't know if it's really an R2-D2 robot, but it's R2-D2-like. So, all right. Let's see. Matthew. Let's see. Oh, hey, you got some stuff. Oh, you got the pull request. Thank you. I didn't realize it was up. Oops.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean to raise my hand, but yes, also that.
Yeah. No, thanks for saying something, because now I know it's up. Let me make sure I've got gather still up. Okay, cool.
It's just a change in the prompt, and I think it's not off of your autonomous version, so you don't have to actually merge it in, but just as an example of what I was going for.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, for copyright versions, it is a generic robot. So now we know that Joaquin has a container of flour and of sugar and of Florida crystals. So nobody knows what Florida crystals are. Just kidding. So one of the things that I've noticed is, when it extracts the action and it actually does the action, I don't know if I really need to append to the messages the agent step. Okay, there we go. Self.messages. So I have these like messages, but I don't know that I really want to keep these messages. I want, let's see, the orientations, yes, but I don't want this one to stay in the message list. So I'm actually going to take this out, and I'm going to say prompt messages equals self.messages plus this other thing. And so I'll just put that in a list item. This will help me to not have such a long message length. We don't have to have these tokens in the prompt every single time. We do want to remember what happened, but yeah, so then we'll pass in prompt messages, right? And that will allow us to not have to append all this stuff. So response, okay, so we have orientation response, And then, yeah, okay, cool. So, all right, so now I'm going to actually take this logic of appending the orientation, and I'm going to put it in the orient like place, because that really is more where it goes. So I'm just going to do this, and that's what we want. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, so, save the orientation in recent memory. Okay. Okay, so now whenever we run the agent step, we don't have to save that as like a message in the message loop. And I think that'll help, because we just don't need that. We don't need that whole thing. So, okay, cool. So that's the extraction, and then we just write that stuff down. Okay, cool. I'm gonna restart the bot, see what we got. Hello. Yeah, the rover's just adding inventory as it goes. So if we wanted to really make a list of things that we've actually seen in Joaquin's apartment, what we would have to do is we would have to go in here and find the found items. There we go. Yeah. And then we just kind of have to write a script that can dedupe everything that we see in the inventory. So there's we haven't given it a lot of things. We have item and type in this one, and in here we have item and description, and then we have item and quantity in this one. And so, we could give it a little bit more, directives, right? But I kind of want to see if we can get it to explore properly. Looks like it's exploring properly. So yeah, right now we just have a really interesting little rover friend that's going around and autonomously exploring Joaquin's apartment. Here it is. It's just doing what it wants to do. And you can kind of see its thought process down here, right? And I've got who do I have on here? I've got Joaquin's video. Yeah, there we go. Expand that out. Let's see. It doesn't compare the two images, but yeah, here's Joaquin's video. And we can't hear you, Joaquin, but you're invited to talk as the designer of the rover. So yeah, we can kind of see what does the rover look like. It's really a simple guy. And you can, if you 3D print the body of the rover, it's cheap. If you don't have a 3D printer, or if you don't have access to a 3D printer, it's harder to get. But I think Shapeways will print it for you if you don't have access to a 3D printer. So yeah, and you can really see what is the rover actually thinking down here. I think I want to reduce some of the print statements so that we can really just see its thought process, right? So what are some of these extra things that I don't need printed? I think, in the run agent step, I don't know that we need the whole, chat completion message printed, right? And then I also want to say, okay, if the length of messages is greater than, let's say 40 or 50 messages in context, we should probably start forgetting some of those messages. So we'll sort of cap it at 50. What else gets printed out? Let's see, we've got the items that we're finding. So I've got those in a file. I don't need to print those out as well. So I'll comment this out. And what else? Okay, so then we'll just see the observations, and with the action, we can see the action. That sounds good. Okay, so I'm just gonna kill the rover, start the rover again. And yeah, it might be hard to read. Let me see if I can make that even bigger. Let me see what y'all are seeing. Yeah, that's about all I can do. Okay, a cat has been inventoried and 2 chairs. We'll do this there so y'all can see what the rover's thinking. And Joaquin had. Oh, did we lose Joaquin? All right. Well.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
No. Are you here? Oh yeah, you're right there. I just can't see the from the camera, so no worries. It's okay. And a cat, a robot figure. Okay, cool. So it's looking around. You know. Okay. Action left. All right. So it's kind of got a memory where it says 8 messages in context. It does remember 8 messages ago, right? And so it does know that it, like, what it did. Also, and if you're looking for, it's hard to read or something like that. We are also streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so you can find us on there. I'm Liz, the developer, on YouTube, and we're the Multiverse School on Twitch. So, yeah, Multiverse School on Twitch. Yeah, so, you know, it's going backwards. Interesting. Next step, turn left. Okay. It's like turning around, I guess. Takes a second before it does the action, right? So the rover is executing here in this GitHub code space, right? This is not even on my computer. It's on another computer on the cloud, right? And so this is the code for the the rover. It's not a lot of code. So essentially we're just kind of watching it, explore in Joaquin's house and make a list of everything that's in Joaquin's house. And then we're kind of looking at that list, right? We want to look at that and go, like, how can we use this data for something interesting? Like, how can we actually turn this into something that's, working? I'm realizing maybe my gather town is like, yeah, there we go. I'll mute myself on gather there. So we're trying to figure out, like, how do we make this interesting, right? How do we check out, this whole house? And one thing that we don't have, and this is something that I was wanting to kind of
check out, this whole house.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Let me. I'm here in like gather town real quick.
Check
So.
out, this whole house. I see. Sorry.
Joaquin, I am gonna mute you, but you can unmute if you want to jump in, or do you want to join on the like multi-stream, multi-guest thing? You want to be here with us? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna invite you, but it takes a second to open apparently. So multi-guest, come on. So one thing is it does seem to be going in circles, right? And it's a little bit okay. It's talking about trying to avoid repetitive movements, right? But it's still doing some repetitive movements, right? We got, fun little space. There's a robot. I'm not really facing a wall. Since my view is, I think it will be awesome to move that way. And then it kind of goes to the left. And then let's create a plan. Move forward, monitor path, assess new surroundings. Great. Move forward. Inventory, move forward. Okay. And then it says turn left. Oh no, one says turn left. Okay, is it still? Yeah, I'm looking. It really does a lot of repetitive movements, right? So one thing that's really, really, yeah, I don't know why the rover thinks it should steer clear of the robot. So this might be something that where we need to kind of tell it, like, don't be overly cautious, right? You know, make sure you're moving forward and not just going around in circles. Like, don't be overly cautious. As this will cause the rover to end up going in circles to avoid obstacles too often. Encourage the user or the rover to move forward as often as possible, and turn only when necessary. I think that's one of the things. GPT-4 is very aligned, and it's very like they're basically worried we're trying to do the thing that we're doing right now, right? And so they're like, okay, well then make sure it's really careful, because they don't want to be responsible for, oh no, this OpenAI decided to run into something, right? So they've trained it to be super careful. So you have to tell it like, hey, I know that you see that there are chairs, but like don't just, you know, keep turning in circles, right? Like, okay, so then it's like, next agent, please turn right. All right, so it's, you know, instruction summary, decision, turn right. Okay. One other thing that I've noticed about this is that it has like turn 90 degrees, you know, and so it's actually hard to get it to turn the right number of degrees, right? Because as it turns, it looks forward, there's a wall. So then it turns left, there's a robot in its way. But it can't turn like 10 degrees, right? So, oh yeah, the video on Twitch is cropped? Okay, let me see. You can't see the YouTube live. Oh no. Let me see if I can, hold on, pop out? Yeah. Picture in picture? No, that's not what I want. Alright, let me check real quick. Can I make it big? Back to tab? Okay, I don't know. Hold on. Let me check. Alright. It's not supposed to be cropped. Like, I want it to be like theater mode. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, I think this is the only way that I can get it to, I don't know. Yeah, look okay, reasonably. But we'll see. Hold on, let me look over here on Twitch. Hold on. My old stream figuring out. Hey everyone, I love it when Twitch just plays music without asking. All right. Okay, I don't know. Is there like music? Everyone, oh, without asking. All right. Cool. Okay, cool. So I'm just looking at this to see how it's going on this screen. That's what I got. So, it's the best I can do. That's, oh, it's cropped. It is cropped. Okay, I see what you mean. I really don't know how to get that crop to go away. I'm gonna have to like experiment with this. Maybe at the end of the stream I'll start just playing with it a little bit. So if you go on TikTok on your computer, it should look not cropped. At least that's what it looks like on my computer, is it's not cropped on my computer. So so anyway, all right. So yeah, so I think one of the things that we probably need to do with the rover is actually give it the ability to turn smaller number of degrees, or like a specific number of degrees. So that might be something. I mean, and I gotta talk with Joaquin about that. But like, yeah, I don't know, Joaquin, do you think there's like a way that we could give it a little bit more specific of a, you know what? I might just tell it, you're trapped in a hallway and your job is to get out. You are currently trapped in a hallway. Your job is to escape.
I think it's possible.
Okay. Yeah, you wanna because the rover right now it's just like turns 90 degrees, right? Or turns for a certain amount of time, like. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, he's just a little baby. Just a baby rover. When you turn, you'll turn approximately 90 degrees every time. So a slight turn isn't possible. No, isn't possible. Okay, so I'm just like telling it a lot about itself. That'll do it a lot of times. Just like, you know, you got to give it the things. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on trying to do is giving it the, you know, giving it how much information are we giving it? How do we actually get the right number of you are panicking and you need to get out. How do we give it like the right motivation to get it to go out of the hallway, right? So just go straight. No, don't turn. It's gonna turn again. It's time to turn. Okay. Yep. It's gonna just keep moving. All right, go forward and then turn again. Go forward. Why? Maybe it will figure out that it keeps seeing the same things because it's seeing the previous things. So just tell it to go forward. Okay, come on. Turn left. Nope, it's telling itself to turn left. It's just really, really focused on never running into anything. Yeah, it's a Python. Yeah, so, you know, let me look at some of this real quick. Move this thing over here and show you a little bit of the code. We're gonna fix some of the code. We're gonna do a little bit of maintenance in here. Okay, so you know, you want to move forward. You want to turn only when necessary. You're currently trapped in a hallway. When you turn, so a slight turn is impossible. Here, like, maybe I'll put the last few moves here. Your last few moves were, okay, cool. One more time. It's really struggling to, you know. Nope, it's turning left. Okay, yeah, all right. Time to turn right. Don't turn. Okay. Hold on. You may need to get closer to a wall in order to move into a position where you can go forward. Don't worry about running into obstacles. You can touch them if needed. Only, like, you know, I want it to stop turning. All right, did we go? Do we move? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna turn? We've told it a slight turn is impossible. Okay, it's gonna turn right. It's never seen any of this stuff before. We also wipe away the rover's memory every time we reboot it, so, like, alright, so I want it to be able to move forward here. No, turn right. Just gonna keep turning. Go, we're gonna go forward. Alright, do it, go. Just go forwards. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't always get the command, you know? It's possible also that it doesn't always do go. It might be that we need to get rid of go and like only use that, because I feel like it doesn't always go forward whenever it gets a go. Okay, so now it's trying to actually clear the tight space, right? Move forward. Yeah, we can potentially clear the tight space. Okay. Looks like it's moving. Alright, don't turn. Oh, left. Alright. Hey, if you go forward, you might make it. Why does it think it's facing a wall? Okay. Is it like one orientation behind? That's a question I have. I don't know. Trying to program a vector. What kind of vector are you trying to program? Okay. What's it doing? Yeah, it's still stuck. It's just really wanting to go in circles. You know what? I'm gonna kill it and try again, because we got rid of the go, and I feel like it wasn't using go properly. It was using forward, and so it would go forward whenever it was like issuing forward, but whenever it was getting go, it didn't seem like it was. No. Okay, and then it says decision left, action L. Okay. Okay, so one of the things is your last few moves were reply only with the next move as your response will be interpreted, and if you respond with too many moves, it won't necessarily be helpful. With more than one move, it will be bad. More than one move, the rover will only take, may get confused. Okay. Cool. So this may help. It's a little bit of, you know, tweaks, a little bit of different approaches. Hey, it's moving forward finally, so that's good. We made some progress on its ability to navigate. We haven't built that internal system that really like allows it to understand where it is. We were gonna work on orb slam, orb slam 2. It's like a thing that will help us to use the camera to create essentially a map, right? And I felt like that would help us to understand, are we actually moving? Are we changing? Where are we in space? But it's hard. It's hard to build out. So, you know. So, okay. We're trying to get the rover to just get out of the hallway. So it's doing going forward. It was kind of having a hard time going forward properly. Oh no, what happened there? It was supposed to go forward. Wait, backwards. Why? Okay, no, it's doing forward. Hmm. Okay, so it seems like it's going forward. We might make it past the R2-D2. I feel like this is a big moment for our little guy. He's getting past the R2-D2. Let's see if we can get him all the way to the edge of the door. Yeah, no, don't turn right. Okay. Decision forward. Action F. Alright, so forward. And then it says next move, let's turn left, and then it's like move forward. Okay, interesting. So yeah, so we've got the decider is like taking control. It's like, no, we're going forward. And then it's like, let's turn left, says the orienter, and then the decider's like, no, we're going forward. I read the directions and you didn't. The orienter's really going in a, you know, all right, turn left. Decision? No, we're going forward. Thank you. I'm so glad. Okay, cool. So we're facing a. Is it confused? Yeah. All right, and it keeps going forward. I don't know. The orienter is telling us to turn, and the decider keeps moving forward. You ever had that moment where you're like, come on, get out of bed, and then your body just doesn't get out of bed? I feel like that's what's happening to the rover, where the rover's just like, I don't care, we're moving forward. And the decider's like, what if we turn left again? And the actor is like, no, we will be going forward. You know, I'm tired of this. We're going forward. We're getting out of this hallway. I'm tired of it. So I feel like that's what's happening at this spot. It has a little bit of memory. It has the recent messages that it generated, so we are sending the messages back over and over again so it can see, right? Action forward. We're moving forward. The forward mover is doing a lot of moving up forward. So we are saying every single time as the user, like, that this is what we want to do. Please interpret what the vision model saw. So now the decider is issuing actions that, like, it's like, turn to the left, turn right. I can't get it to do it, but the decider keeps reading the orienter's directions, and the user was like, stop turning. I'm so sick of it, you know? So, like, the bot's recent memory is, you know, the bot's recent memory is basically the messages that we have sent to it, but I keep sending this same message over and over again. So I'm gonna say, okay, like, you know, like prompt messages equals self.messages plus, and then I'm gonna actually say, okay, self.messages plus open paren close paren or close list, and then I'm gonna do prompt messages. That way we don't put these tokens in the conversation over and over and over again, which was something we were doing. It's fine. It seems to have made the decider be tired of the observer. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it to go. So yeah, okay, cool. Now let's see. I'm sorry, what's it saying? I can't see it. It's like action forward. That's the orienter. Okay. Turn to the left. Let's see if we can get it to turn left. No, it says turn left. Decision forward. Okay. So the orienter, we get a response. We append the response, and then the decider receives the orientation. It has self.messages plus, and then the prompt messages, and it gets this. Given the observation and orientation, what should the next move be? Okay, So I'm just gonna try that again because it's like stuck on the chair leg because we've kind of given it too much leeway to like interpret to you know. So I mean, it did get us over here. Like sometimes the limbic system just takes over and it's like, okay, we're leaving now, thanks. You know. Okay, so just keep saying to move forward, right? Next agent, let's turn left, and then its orientation says move forward. So this says orientation response. We want to send it prompt messages, and then we do want to put the observation in the list of messages, right? So one thing is, yeah, let's see. We open the observation, and then it says the observation. We return the observation. We want to put the observation in the messages. So self dot messages dot append role system. No, not system. Oh geez, assistant. What is it? Assistant. I gotta literally look now. I haven't looked at the docs today. So platform.openai.com/docs. Check completions. No, what are we doing? We're doing a. It's not an assistant. It's just chat completions. So when we send system user assistant, it's assistant. Okay, I just checked it. Measure twice, cut once. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, it's just we weren't actually saving the observation. And so the observation was making it somewhere, but then it wasn't really yeah. It wasn't really in the list. Okay, I'm currently facing a wall, and then it says move forward. Okay, wait. Does it know where it's at? Okay. Now it says orientation, move forward, decision forward, okay. Facing a clear path, turn right. And then it says, let's go forward. I might need to turn left to avoid the vacuum. Okay, my left action. Yeah, it suddenly stopped moving forward. So it doesn't look like it's next move, please turn left, orientation forward. So we have the observation. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, because we did it here, $sign, or no, I don't have to do that. Observation. Yeah, okay, so then go ahead and the extract items, but here's the observation. All right, we don't need to append it here, but yeah, observation equals upload images. Okay, cool. All right, so let's do that. Let's try one more time. So if you're just joining, we've got this rover. It's stuck on a chair leg. It's autonomously controlled by OpenAI's ChatGPT 4.0 Mini, I believe. And so it's having a turn left, decision, hold. Okay, so that's not quite what we need. Okay. Orientation, move forward. Okay, that's not quite what we need. It's suddenly not turning because we told it so many things not to turn, you know. A slight turn isn't possible. Return only one word. Don't worry about, you may need to get closer to a wall in order to move into a position where you can go forward. Don't worry about running obstacles. Turn only when necessary or if stuck. Period. Okay. So for a minute, we had it kind of stuck in the hallway, and we couldn't get it to leave the hallway. It would just turn. It would just like, you know, keep turn. It would see something in front of it, and even if that thing was far away, it was like, oh well, there's a thing there. We better turn. And so it was just like turning. And then we were like, stop it. And we gave it too many like directions, basically never turn. And then now it's like, just go forward. We'll figure it out. We'll push over that chair. And so we're trying to get it to get to the point where it can get itself out, right? Like, it doesn't seem to be recognizing that it is stuck. And so, you know, it's like, and I'm wondering, like, how do we get it to recognize when it needs to move? Let's roll to the right. Orientation, turn right. Decision, forward. Okay, so so with the decision, we really need to put orientation. Okay, so it just keeps going forward. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so if anybody's got thoughts on what, you know, what you might like to see the rover do next, I would love to know. What are y'all curious about? What are you interested in? I did build a self-modifying rover in our agent engineering class. We haven't really looked at it yet, so I wanted to kind of dig into it since we're, you know, I'm only going to be here for another 45 minutes, I think. So while that's running, I'm just going to look. Okay, wait. It says next move, turn left. Orientation, move forward. Okay, hold on, wait. Orientation. Oh, did I not paste it? Oh, that wasn't an F string. This is an F string. Okay, great. Great. Did I do that anywhere else? No, this is the F string. Observation. Orientation. Okay. So maybe the decider just
I think we have a problem with the rover. It's not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. Well, it was trying to move forward, I thought. And the video looks like it's, I mean, the video's live, but yeah, maybe the brain's not live. So here's Joaquin. Hello, Joaquin. We're flying. Cool. Okay. This is an interesting. Oh, it moved forward. Nope, not quite. Somehow. All right. Turn left. Orientation. Move forward. Okay. So why does orientation say to move forward? Like, you know. Sorry. How do we get there? All right. So here's the orientation. We need the orienter to collaborate better. Okay. Make sure to take the observations into account when deciding the next move. Roll backwards if we're stuck on an obstacle. Okay, cool. All right. Does it know that it's stuck? That's a question. We don't know if it knows that it's stuck, right? So that's one of the things. Okay, it just says hold. So that's not, it says orientation says turn right, decision hold. So let's move left, orientation, turn left, decision forward. Okay. So we're not taking the orientation information into account. Okay. So orientation. Please take the orientation into account. Okay, so it just keeps saying forward, but let's see. Okay, next move, turn left, decision, forward. Okay. Decision forward. Do not always choose forward. Okay, great. Oh no, what happened? Okay. There we go. Alright. So, let's try again. Let's see. Turn left, move, orientation, move forward, decision forward. That doesn't tell us. That was the orientation thing. Orientation, turn left, decision left. We got it to turn. Oh my god. Now there's a hand. Hello. Okay, it's turned. I would say, let's see. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, it's hard to know if he's moving or not. Like, we don't really have a sense of, like, we don't have an accelerometer. We could check that, though. That does seem like a thing. I would say I prefer no front-end framework at all, if at all possible, because I think they are a waste of everyone's time. I used to teach both of them, and I feel like, struggle to make sense for a lot of situations. So, you know, not that it's not a good skill to have or anything, or like that there's not uses, but I would just simply not use a framework if that were at all possible. So. On TikTok, I'm not sure. I think you can do it on the desktop. Like if you pull up on your normal web browser and you want to see, like, be able to read this code, definitely you're gonna want to pull it up on the desktop. It shows only half. Oh no. I'm seeing that it shows quite a bit, and I'm seeing it on the live stream. Seems like it's doing okay. I'm not totally sure what everyone else is seeing, but yeah. Oh, we lost video. What happened there? Did I go? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, if it's I don't know what my live looks like. Let me look. Let me check. Let me see what we got. I'm just gonna live stream on the other thing. No. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So that stream should be fixed now. Yeah, it should feed the cat. I feel like that would be really fun. I love it when, like, you know, it does stuff like that. Okay, so there's this thing called the self-modifying rover agent. In order to do that, a lot of what we have to do is we have to figure out, okay, like, how do I generate bits of code? Where do I put a bunch of bits of code? And then how do I try to run that code? And then if it doesn't work, what do I do? Like, do I catch the thing? And so, you know, there's this thing, the self-modification directive. All it really does is like prompts ChatGPT to write what's known as a step wrapper with a utility function, right? And it can do that. It's very good at that. It's great. It handles it just fine. You might want to do 4.0 instead of 4.0 mini. I guess I was trying it with mini, but you can do it with 4.0. But anyway, it writes code quite well. Now, it might write some code that doesn't run. And so, like, I probably need to write like a try catch in here. I haven't gotten it going. But this is kind of the pattern for having a self-modifying agent. Is you have this phase, right? And all this does is it executes the phase. And how does it execute the phase? Well, it loads the steps. Well, what do you mean load steps? Well, it just pulls in all these files. Right now there's one file in this folder, there's one file in this folder, there's one file in here, but we could have multiple files. And if we can get ChatGPT to generate those files, then we pretty much have a self-modifying rover at that point. There's a couple things like, let's do, yeah, no. If it ends with this, try. You know, and we did all those things. And then if that doesn't work, error loading file name, send the error to ChatGPT to fix the code. Okay, so then we add that, and then, yeah. Cool. Error loading this module, and it probably needs to do something like self-modify directive, issue self modification directive to fix the code. Phase module name, fix the error. Cool. Great, and now it loads everything, and if it doesn't properly load, it asks it to fix it. So this is kind of how that kind of stuff works. Yeah, no. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah. Yeah, we got a yeah. Yeah, it was sneaking up to the cat. I love it when it does that. Interesting. It's a, you know, it's a sweet little rover. It's a cute little guy. Is he the smartest guy on earth? No, but he's a guy. You know, he's doing his thing. He's doing the best he can. It's a rover, and it basically runs you know, GPT-4, and it orients itself. It uses a wheel kind of in the middle to turn itself, so it's got a lot of like control over it. Just like swings itself around. I thought the first time I saw it like move, I was like, was that Joaquin moving it? No, it just moves really fast. So yeah, it lives in a world. Okay, y'all. I'm starting to lose my voice, and I made a lot of content today, so I think I'm gonna end the live today. But thanks for coming. I feel like we got a little bit more rover, and we'll dig into the Orb Slam 2 probably next week. So, all right. Any questions before we wrap up? Does anyone want to know anything specific about the live or the thing? There's the multi-stream chat. Cool. Great. Oops. Anyway. Cool. Yeah, it does. It looks for open paths. It's not always good at it. Oh, it's like trying to go around the thing. That'd be interesting. Maybe I'll, just make the rover thing big and kind of watch it wander around. These are its thoughts down here. It thinks that it's a wildlife photographer now, so we've added, maybe we give it a name for, that's the self modifier. Let's see. You are a playful, friendly rover named David Athenbot. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now it's got a name. All right. So next week we're going to. Oh, thanks, Tanaha. I don't want to say your name wrong, but thank you so much. And next week what we're gonna do is Orb V Slam. I tried to get it working, but it was like install hell. So next week we'll work on that. I'll see if I can get it going, and then we'll tweak it live on stream. You can see this guy wander around Joaquin's house with slightly more understanding of where he is. This is cool. It's really getting good at it's got a memory. It's got the right memory at the right time. That's something that's very hard. Is getting the AI the right memory at the right time. And so I feel like we were there, and it's better at navigating now. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it, and I'm probably gonna head out. So, thanks for coming, everyone. And just bring that to the front. Into front. Watch them go a little bit. We'll let him go. Oh, nope. Show it.